Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to our channel, The Eaton Squad. So on today's video, we are going to talk about the US travel restrictions state by state. Coming right up. For the information of everybody, we do travel updates, immigration updates, and other travel-related updates when you plan to go home to the Philippines during the time of the pandemic. If you need any of those updates, all you need to do is go to our channel and look for all the travel update videos for your reference. So with the COVID-19 cases rising up in the United States of America, there are other states now that are imposing 14-day quarantine if you are traveling to this particular state. As of December 5, 2020, the United States of America has a total case of 14.4 million cases and 279,000 deaths. So because of this, there are states now that 14-day quarantine is mandatory. Let us check which state is now imposing these protocols. So if you guys are flying into the United States, please watch this video until the end so you will know which state is now imposing a 14-day quarantine. So this video will be in two parts because there are 15 states that are now imposing 14-day quarantine. So we will discuss the first 8 states in this video on part 1. Then we will discuss the remaining 7 states in a different video as part 2. First state on the list is Alaska. Alaska's latest travel protocols have been in effect since August 11. Visitors from other states must do one of the following. Number 1, submit a travel declaration and self-isolation plan online and arrive with proof of a negative COVID-19 test. Number 2, follow a plan that your employer filed with the state if you come for work. Number 3, buy a $250 COVID-19 test when you arrive and self-quarantine at your own expense until you get the results. Alaska residents also have protocols they must follow for travel. According to the CDC, people in quarantine should stay home, separate themselves from others, monitor their health, and follow directions from their state or local health department. Leaving your home state to enter a state with a mandatory quarantine means you need one place to stay and stay put. So to those who are coming to Alaska, these are their protocol as of December 5, 2020. Our next state is California. As of November 30, people coming to California are being asked to self-quarantine for 14 days upon arrival and avoid non-essential travel, which includes tourism. So they have a link that you can check for COVID-19 updates and local restrictions in California. I will leave the link in the description box. So please take note, if you are coming to California, you will be asked to self-quarantine for 14 days. Our third state is Connecticut. Any traveler coming from a state that has a positive case rate of 10 out of 100,000 people or a 10% or higher test positivity rate must self-isolate for 14 days. The traveler must have spent more than 24 hours in said state for the rule to apply. Everyone also needs to complete a travel health form. Visitors can opt out of the 14-day quarantine in limited cases if they can provide proof that they have had a negative 19 test in the past 72 hours. There were 46 states plus Guam and Puerto Rico on the 10% or higher positivity list as of November 30. The list is updated each Tuesday. So please take note to those travelers coming to Connecticut. Our next one is Hawaii. Travelers who arrive with an FDA-approved nucleic acid amplification test or NAAT taken no earlier than 72 hours before their flight, performed using a nasal swab, and who can also show proof of negative test results from a CLIA certified laboratory can avoid the state's 14-day quarantine. This includes anyone 5 or older. The Hawaiian island of Kauai has temporarily opted out of the state's pre-travel testing program. Effective December 2 at 12:01 a.m., all trans-Pacific and inter-county travelers arriving in Kauai are subject to the 14-day quarantine regardless of testing. So please take note of these updates if you guys are traveling to Hawaii. Our next state is Illinois. As of November 30, there are no statewide restrictions, but visitors heading to Chicago has been placed in 3 categories: red, orange, and yellow. Anyone from a red state must quarantine for 14 days. Anyone from an orange state must have a negative COVID-19 test result, no more than 72 hours old, or observe the quarantine. So please take note to all travelers going to Illinois. Our next state is Maine. Travelers must quarantine for 14 days upon arrival or sign a form stating they've received a negative COVID-19 test within 72 hours. You may also get tested upon arriving in Maine, but must quarantine while awaiting results. Residents of New Hampshire and Vermont are exempt from quarantining or having a negative test. Our next state is Massachusetts. All visitors and residents must complete a travel form before arriving in Massachusetts, unless they are arriving from a state designated by the Department of Public Health as low risk. As of November 30, those were Hawaii and Maine. Travelers must quarantine for 14 days or produce a negative COVID-19 test result that has been administered up to 72 hours prior to your arrival in Massachusetts. Those waiting on test results need to quarantine until they receive their negative results. Failure to comply with these directives may result in a $500 fine. Please take note to those travelers going to Massachusetts. They have a fine of $500 if you fail to comply the said directives. So please take note of that. And our last state for this part is Minnesota. From November 20 through December 18, Minnesota is under a 4-week stay-at-home order. Incoming visitors and residents that travel out of state are asked to quarantine for 14 days upon entry or re-entry to Minnesota. So please take note of these protocols to travelers going to Minnesota. So this is part 1 of our U.S. travel restrictions state by state. We will have part 2 of the remaining 7 states that are now imposing 14-day quarantine protocols. Thank you so much guys for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family whom you know that can use this video as reference. If you are new to our channel, we are doing travel updates and we welcome you all to our family, the Eaton Squad. And if you are not a subscriber yet, please consider subscribing and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you will be notified every time we have new uploads. I hope to see you guys on our next update. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless everyone. Bye!